Hello everyone, welcome to this course. We are teaching about how to get ready for jobs and internships. My name is Vinod Aravindakshan and this is Vibin Aravindakshan. So we are two instructors for this course. We have spent a lot of time working in industry and we thought of putting together a course which will help students understand what is the right way to approach jobs. Recruiters have a certain set of expectations and not everyone is aware how do you do it the right way. So this is going to be a complete orientation right from the resume preparation process, interview process, and also the networking process about how to find a job. So let's begin with why this course. This course is going to be very important for both students and working professionals. It's not just about finding a first job or your second job, but also for finding a fifth and 10th job. You'll get a good sense of how a recruiter's mind works, and it's probably one of the few job-oriented courses in the world. We'll talk about the instructors. I'll begin with a quick introduction. So my name is Vinod Aravindakshan, and I work as an adjunct faculty at IIT Palakkad. And I've had lots of experience working in industry before I joined IIT Palakkad. And both of us have spent around a decade in the US. And we have worked in the US, we worked in Silicon Valley. My last job was as HR director at a data analytics company called CTO Global. It's one of the biggest data analytics companies in the world. And prior to that, I was working in Cisco, where I was the senior manager in charge of recruiting and human resources. Prior to that, I worked for General Mills. I worked for Samsung Electronics. Likewise, I right now work as an advisor for a bunch of IITs. And Vibin, the same way, he has studied abroad, and he's from IIT Madras. He has worked in the Silicon Valley for quite some time. His last job was as a product director at Salesforce. And right now he works in a company called Careerbolt.app. But he has also had prior experience working in both manufacturing and product development. He has worked in companies like Samsung Electronics. He has worked in companies like Hewlett Packard, Amazon Web Services, where he was a senior product manager, and so on. So we want to share that experiential exposure we have by working across companies, being in charge of career development programs. I worked in HR. And I'm going to delve into what do HR folks look for. And I think it's going to be very interesting for anyone to sit through this course and identify the best way to find jobs. So these are some of the key areas we're going to cover. We're going to cover resume preparation. We're going to cover networking preparation. We're going to cover interview preparation. So 3 pillars of the job search process. Week 1, we are going to talk about what the recruiter wants from students and also from the job applicants. We'll talk about how the hiring process works. How do you choose companies and sectors, especially in campus placements? We'll talk about trade-offs between compensation and in terms of job flexibility. We'll also understand the basics of the labor market. Week 2, we are going to cover skills. We are going to talk about customizing resumes. We'll do a bit of networking preparation. We'll talk about LinkedIn. We'll also do a mid-session review at the end. The hiring process is something we're going to cover on week 3. We'll talk about job interview preparation, the STAR framework, which is very famous framework for jobs and interviews. We'll talk about common answers to difficult questions. We'll talk about body language. We'll also give tips to students as they face a campus recruiting process. Week 4, last week, is going to be focused on the big picture, right? We're going to talk about topics like career strategy, long-term career strategy, getting ready for industry. How do you look at jobs in academia? How do you evaluate higher education? And we'll do a complete evaluation, a summary at the end of the course. So this is what we have in mind. So it's going to be a fun session. We're going to put a lot of information together, a lot of industry insights, and also having been students, studied abroad, we'll share a lot of the things what companies look for. I'm super excited, and I'm sure so is Vibin. Cheers. Looking forward to you folks taking up the course, and see you soon.